Classrooms are again closing around the country as schools try and cope with staff and students off sick.
So as COVID cases reportedly start to plateau, is there hope in sight for the pupils of the pandemic?
Mass teacher and pupil absences and 2 years' worth of winter bugs have led to yet another unprecedented school year for many. Distance learning has fired up again, as has mask wearing for many schools. And with COVID continuing to disrupt class and home life, you'd be forgiven for thinking school might be out for winter. So are there any solutions we can add to the mix? And President of the Secondary Schools Principals Association, Vaughan Quio, is here now. And you're isolating with COVID, Vaughan. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm one of the lucky ones who's had really sort of low to mild symptoms. So this is as bad as it's got for me. So, I sympathise with all those who've been hit a little bit harder, but I've got away quite lucky, to be fair.
Oh, no, it's good to hear. And how are schools coping at the moment?
It sort of varies across the country depending on how hard or how heavy COVID is affecting the community. So in my community, for example, there's sort of a slow and steady trickle of new cases, be that with grown-ups or with students. And of course, I'm based in Auckland, particularly in the southern regions of Auckland. Other parts of the country, there's been a little bit of a spike in cases. And you can tell from those heat maps that you see on various media platforms where the heat with COVID is at the moment. But I think the thing that we are struggling with is the ability to staff when people are away sick, be that COVID or be that other winter illnesses, or indeed just PLD and regular operations of schools where teachers are out for this or that. Because what we've got at the moment is a real lack of supply of relievers, so we're not able to cope with what is normal practice pre-COVID. Schools are resorting to things like rostering home or shutting down for short periods of time or any combination of that type of stuff.
Many parents will be concerned about another disruptive year after, a couple of already disruptive years. What's your advice to them?
Persevere, to be perfectly fair. So we're all concerned about what's happened over the last couple of years, particularly with teaching students about pro and anti-social behaviour and the social engineering side of what schools do, as well as the content side, which is pretty important as well. But I think the heart of any good relationship, be that with a school or be that with a family or be that with your partner, is effective and regular communication. So if you have an issue that you are a little bit concerned about from a school perspective, just get on the phone, get at the end of the email and communicate, and you will find that the anxiety that you may be feeling might be quite easily put aside with some effective communication.
And how are students coping, Vaughan?
I've always said this is the best job in the world because the students that I deal with are amazing. I think that they are particularly resilient. What I have seen in my own school is a real eagerness to re-engage from the vast majority. There is a hardcore disengaged that are difficult to re-engage, but the vast majority of our students are really keen to be there and have learnt the importance of that student-teacher relationship over the last couple of years and how it is important to be face-to-face, not only for the content, but for the pro-social and the social engineering side of what schools can bring.
It's good to hear they're so resilient, but how do you see the rest of the year going?
Would you like me to pick tonight's lotto numbers as well, Emily? I've been asked that many times over the last couple of years, and I think Term 2 and Term 3 are normally terms where we have an increase in the amount of relievers and disruption through to normal winter illness. Throw on top of that the fact that we're all hypersensitive about any cold or flu-like symptoms and the need to isolate. I think we've still got a few more rapids that we need to negotiate for the remainder of this term anyway. And the sooner we can get staff imported from overseas, as soon as we can get visas to teachers that want to teach in New Zealand and get them across the border into New Zealand, the better we'll be, because we do have a significant staffing shortage that we need to address real soon.
Thanks, Vaughan. Always good to see you, and do take care.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.